morning YouTube. So today we've got this Mazda CX-5 Roof that we're doing, and I'm doing a front bumper off of a Volvo XC60. So this job here I actually primed up yesterday. I had it all ready to go probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but the other two guys were in the spray booth, so I had to put it off until first up in the morning. So I've got all my colour ready to go. I'm nearly edge masked, and yeah, just about ready to throw a piece of plastic over it. So the colour on this one is 34K, which is obviously a Mazda colour. So that's a white pearl, so that's a 3-stage colour. So with the primer on this one here, you cannot even see it, man. I'm struggling to even see the edge of my primer, to be honest, but I actually primed a big patch here on that side and a big patch here on this side. There was big filler repairs here and here. That's the only primer patch you can see, because that was just like a last minute repair that they missed. I didn't even see it myself until I got a wet coat of 2-pack primer on. So I fixed it up and just put a bit of 1K primer on it, and that is actually the lightest shade of 1K primer we have, so that's why it's a slightly different colour in that patch. So it's all good, it'll still cover really well. But yeah, sometimes I do get some people asking about primer shades, and they say, oh, why don't you use like a closer shade of primer to the vehicle? And look, the simple fact is that with this system, so we're using Standox, what is it called again? Standoblue. So the primers and the clear coats and all that are a lot more expensive than some of the other brands. So for something like this here, we will use the Cyrox primer, and it's a fraction of the price, and it's still a really good quality primer. So we're able to get good quality results without jeopardizing the quality of the repair and saving a couple of dollars at the same time. Now, I'm mentioning this because these are the kind of colors, like the white pearls, are pretty much the only ones I'll go out of my way to use the expensive primer on. Just for coverage, because you've got to put those extra coats of paint on. It does make a difference having that good coloured ground coat, that, you know, white coloured ground coat. But yeah, either way, mate, whatever works for you, you know, like, you might look at the way we run our shop and say, hey, I've got an idea there, I might start doing that. Or you might say, no, I'm not doing that. I don't mind spending the boss's money on, you know, the expensive primer on every job. And if that's what you want to do, you do you, mate. It's all good. I'm just showing you what I do. So I've got all my paint ready over there, all ready to go. It actually worked out well. Like, I went out of my way actually to find a bumper job to fit in with this job here, because it is a 3-layer. You've obviously got some extended drying times. You know, you'll get your ground coat down, and you'll need to dry that out, and then you'll put your top your pearl coat down, and then you'll have to dry that out, and then you'll have to clear it. So the way I see it, I can utilize some of those drying times in spraying that bumper. Oh, good. So yeah, as of making this video, it's Thursday morning, and I think I've actually got one more job to do for the week. There's a XC90 out there, one of those really big Volvos. So that's actually a really big job. I've got front and rear bumpers on it. I've got a brand new tailgate, and I've got pretty much down the whole side. But then I've got like all these little moldings and stuff, like wheel arch moldings and flares and all that kind of stuff. So it's all good, mate, keeping us busy. So yeah, like the pandemic that's hit the world recently didn't really hit us here in Perth that bad. Like, it got quiet for a little bit, but we smashed that virus, man. Here in Perth, we absolutely smashed it, man. As far as that virus goes, this is probably one of the best places in the world. I think overall we only had 500 cases, and yeah, it's gone. Like, we haven't had any community transmission here in Perth for, I think it's like 8 or 9 weeks or something crazy like that. So yeah, we are really lucky, and you go out there on the roads, man, and it's flat out. it's just like usual. It's like back to normal, to be honest. So yeah, we really did dodge a bullet here in Perth, to be honest, because I've got friends over there in Melbourne and they're scratching to even get a full week's work. Like, you know, they've gone from 6-day weeks, 8 to 12-hour days, to, you know, lucky to get 3 days in a week, because they're really just that quiet over there. So hope it starts picking up for them sooner rather than later, because, you know, everyone's got mortgages. Like, life doesn't stop just because you know, pandemic comes through. I guess I just wish everybody the best out there, you know, like, yeah, tough times. So what else can I say? I don't know where to go from there. It's some pretty depressing shit when you think about it like that. So yeah, I've got the wet on wet in the gun over there, an FLG5. That's some light grey shade wet on wet for that bumper cover. I've got both pearl coat and ground coat in the gun in the green DeVilbiss Pro Light over there. And what else have I got? I've got the colour for that bumper too. I'm actually going to have to go out and get my respirator and my spray suit. So I'll do that in a couple of minutes. Probably give this a wipe down with some water cleaner first. I might even... No, I don't think it's going to be necessary. I was going to say I could throw a piece of plastic over that bumper, but I really don't think it's going to be an issue. We're in a full downdraft booth here, so by the time I spray the colour on this, it's really going to go straight down. However, I have mentioned that this booth does have a slight drift towards that end, so it'll sort of go down and then it'll, like, well, that's where the exhaust is up the back there, so it does sort of drift that way. But as long as I spray this first and then that last, it should be fine. It's all good, mate. We'll sort it out. It's in good hands. So that front windscreen, I had to use some of the trim tape on that one. That's the water cleaner, yep, 6800. That'll get us through, that'll be enough. So yeah, a panel this size, I like to use 2 wipe off rags. I personally like to spray this stuff on. Some people like to wet the rag up, but as I say, mate, whatever floats your boat, doesn't bother me. Whatever gets you the results. So I did get a rag with some of this water cleaner on it and give it a really good clean up in there, just to try and help any of the dust and debris from blowing out when I'm spraying, which I still can't guarantee nothing's going to come out, because some possibly will. It usually does. Like whenever you mask up quarter glasses, I don't mind the masking and the edges so much. It's more the stuff that flows out, to be honest, for me. Because yeah, as long as you pull that rubber back, as long as you sand up underneath it, well then the paint's going to go up underneath it too. And then when you take the masking off, obviously it's going to cover that edge back up. So it shouldn't peel back as long as you do it properly. For me, it's more the dust and stuff blowing out into your fresh paintwork. But again, as some cars get older, those rubbers just perish. I've had it before and I've tried masking it up and they just fall to bits in your hand, man. So that's when I usually say to the boss, hey, call up the windscreen fitter, mate, for $100, just get the thing pulled out for what it's worth, you know. It's all good. Yeah, I've actually been meaning to do an updated 3-layer video on my main channel for quite some time now, to be honest, but haven't got around to doing it. I've actually got the footage there, and yeah, just haven't actually got around to editing and narrating. It's winter here at the moment, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I just like to chill out in front of the heater, not in front of the computer. Like, I like to watch footy on the weekend, like the AFL football. And I'd rather watch that sometimes than sit behind the computer editing videos. So it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go out and get my respirator and my spray suit, and I'll see you here in a minute. Rightio, let's continue on with this job there, Gunman. So yeah, we're going to start off with the base coat colour here. So as I mentioned before, it's 34K crystal white. This is a red variant. So yeah, that's something I could have mentioned before, but I'll say it now. So one thing that I do with my 3-stage pills, and I've actually done this quite some time, even before I was using this paint system. Basically, I like to build up a library of these colours. So yeah, I'll just start off by, well, now we have colour tips, right? So I can start by looking at those colour tips, and I'll say, hey, that looks like the best one. But then I will actually do my own spray out, a test card, and I'll clear it with 2-pack clear and keep it. And I'll do 3 different sections on that card. I'll have a card this size, and I'll do 1, 2, and 3 coats of pearl. And then if it looks good, then I'll just paint it, but then I'll keep that colour card so I can use it for future reference. And if it looks good, again, next time I'll just mix it and spray it. So this time here, like I actually sprayed this colour last week. And yeah, I sprayed the colour out, put it aside, and then when this car came in, I looked at that colour chip and I said, well, that's perfect. I'm not going to have to match this one. I'm not even going to have to spray it out, because even something as seemingly as simple as doing a spray out on a 3 layer can take quite some time. But it's all good. So I hope you guys can hear me properly. Like yesterday, like I actually got the video camera out, like the GoPro out again, and started recording. And after I did, it was a Volvo V40, you've probably seen that video by now. But after I did that, my voice, like my throat was so sore just from yelling, and it took me a little bit to realise. I was like, what's going on, man? Like, why is my throat so sore? And then I realised, oh, of course, it was because I was yelling into the microphone so that you guys could hear. So yeah, as I say, I hope you guys can hear, but if you can't, well, it's probably the best I'm going to be able to do. I'm doing my best. I guess it's one of those, you know, if you can't hear, I don't like saying this, but you don't have to watch. Like, it is just a raw channel. It's a no-frills spray painting channel. It was never designed to be the best spray painting channel on YouTube. It was always designed as just to be a bit of an extra. Add some stuff that I don't get time to add on my main channel. So this is going to cover really well because it's all white already, and that was by design, obviously. So I'll basically just put an extra coat over these sections here, and it's only really going to need like 1.5 coats over this job, and we'll be done with the base colour. Not sure how well you can see. I actually just remembered that sometimes my footage of roofs don't come out the best. Like, sometimes the camera's not actually aimed directly at where I'm spraying. So hopefully it's looking alright from where you guys are. But that's all covered, no worries. So one visit, I'm not going to have to be going around and around with this base coat colour. Brown coat, whatever you want to call it. So you see with this first coat, just a medium coat. And the second coat, just wetting it back up to a full wet coat. So the
kind of regret, like, they recommend putting harder in this ground coat, but I've actually ended up finding that slows down the drying time. It's like it's staying stickier for longer, so I don't do it. I swear, I used to hate doing 3 stages in this system until recently. I've just thrown all their rules out the window and it's a breeze, man. It's not even that hard at all. It's easy. I just don't do what they tell me to do. So, yeah, I've actually, as I said before, like I've got the video footage of myself spraying like a Mercedes 3-stage and blending. So, yeah, I'll have to do another video next time I'm doing some blending on a 3-stage when I'm not doing a turret or a roof or whatever you would like to call it. But yeah, for whatever reason, man, they always come up really clean with this system. Like, I swear, your jobs come up so much cleaner with Standoblue than they do with the basic stuff like the stand-up solvent. Yeah, it's a great system. It really is. So, coverage is really quite good for the most part. Some of the filbers won't cover too well, but I might even just get that air blower of mine. I love this air blower here. It just blasts the air out like such a great volume of air. It makes life, makes this base coat dry really quickly with this blower. I've actually got this tripod, so those who have been with the channel, just checking they're still recording, those who have been with the channel for quite some time probably actually remember I actually did a review on the Velvet tripod stand. It's got like 2 of these blowers and you can just fit it up on the job and then aim it where you like, but I've actually still got that sitting at home. I haven't actually brought that into this workshop yet. It's a really dusty workshop out there and I just don't want to have it sitting in the corner and people damage it and get covered in dust and that, so I just left it at home. But yeah, like it's really not that slow. Like I can see here that that's already starting to eggshell. You see, like the rest of it's glossy. You can get that gloss off it when you get the iron on it. Whereas this part here is already get that sort of that matte finish to it. So like, yeah, like an eggshell. So yeah, that's the way that you want to be blowing. You want to sort of like blow it across so that you cover the greatest amount of surface area. Like after a minute or two, I'll blow this for a minute and then I'll get my wet on wet down on that bumper. Yeah, I might just get that wet on wet down now. And I'll need one of these. Now, I've got these 2 parts off this bumper as well. One's a brand new one, so I need to put some plastic primer just onto that one. We actually have this plastic additive that we can put into our non-sanding or wet on wet primer, but for the sake of one little part there, I just thought it's not really worth it, you know. So if this was a brand new bumper, I would have just put the plastic additive into the wet on wet primer. And that sort of like 2 birds with 1 stone. It gives you coverage, it primes it, and it gives you adhesion to the plastic, to the bare plastic. Little cut throughs like that, it's not going to worry. Like you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I've got this all ready last night again. Like you can see, I've done quite a few little stone chip repairs and stuff like that. So the wet on wet primer is going to help seal that down. It's going to help fill in some of the prep scratches, and yeah, should be all good. So this is wax and grease remover. We actually use the concept paint one here. Main reason that it's cheaper, and it does exactly the same job. So again, mate, you do you. If you feel you need to use the really expensive stand-up branded stuff, you do that, mate. But you're no better of a painter than me because of the name of the product or material or tool that's in your hand. That doesn't make you a better painter, man. Not by any means. And keep your negative opinions to yourself, mate. I don't want to hear it either. That's the point I'm at with it, man. You can be positive on here. I'm usually pretty positive myself. I'm not sending any negativity your way. I don't go over to your videos and leave negative comments, so don't do it to me. Now, you can actually use water cleaner on bare plastic parts, and it works quite well. So as I said before, I'm going to have to get some, this is plastic primer. I just threw it into this gun. Just blowing all that excess liquid off so we don't get that flying back into our paintwork. So give it a good tacky, good tack rag. That's really all it, probably all it's going to need. Just a light coat of plastic primer. And then here we go with the FLG5, mate, the bad boy. It's got the 1.4mm fluid tip on it, and this thing smashes it on, man. I swear. I use it for direct wash VOC, base coat sometimes, but not that often. Base coat, clear coat, anything, man. This thing will take anything that you put in it. Water-based solvent. I had one guy tell me that, oh no, you can't use the FLG5 for water. And I said, where the hell did you hear that? And he sent me a link to a listing, like I think it was like some company in America that was selling them, or something like that, whatever, it was a website. And yeah, sure enough it said solvent only. And I'm thinking, who told them that, you know, like, because it's not true. You can definitely put waterborne base coats in this, man, you can put whatever you like in it. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best for waterborne base coat, but it definitely works. Definitely works, man. Rightio, you can move out my way so I can get around. So I like to do the faces first these days. I actually always used to do the edges first, but what happens is, like, all that overspray will land on the face, and then when you go to put the primer over the face, or the paint over the face, it will be like a sand pit. So yeah, I'd rather do the faces first, or the flats first, and then do your edges. So I always use glow hardener in non-sanding primer. I find that helps it melt in a little bit too, melt into itself. Obviously there's lots of edges and stuff on bumpers, so having it stay open for a little bit longer does help. And what I mean by that, stay open, is to like stay fresh, you know. If you follow, you may not. Yeah, so there was some pretty bad sandblasted sections in this. I'm just sort of filling some of it up now with that wet on wet, so we'll give that ample time to flash off. So I told me to go and brush it because I put that on so heavy in certain sections. I don't want to go and brush the base coat application. So I might even actually go and clean some of these guns out. Like I clean this one and this one out. We'll see how that roof is going. Well, don't want to forget that. We've got to get the wet on wet over here too. And yeah, so that's the pearl. I've got that ready to go. And what I actually do do, like I'll bring the one gun in for something like this, and then I will just use a bit of that water cleaner through the PPS, take the PPS pot off, and then use a bit of water cleaner to go to the next stage. But I'm not going to change from base coat colour to pearl until I'm sure that I've got this colour right. Something might come up that I might say, oh, there's a little bit of black there and I need to put a little bit more colour there, so I'll hold off switching over for the time being. But what I'll do now is I'll switch that camera off just to, I mean, like this is literally watching paint dry. I'll switch it off and I'll see you back here in a few seconds. Radio, so this is what I was mentioning a few minutes ago. I'll just go from base coat colour here, pull the trigger, the bulk of the paint in there is going to drop through there for starters, and next, okay, so next up we're just going to do this. So I just need to clean that chamber out. Water-based cleaner, so that's that water cleaner that I clean the panels down with. That's all you need to use to clean out your gun. Might get a bit more pressure in there, that's getting a bit low. But yeah, you get the idea, nice and quick and clean. That's going to be fine. Get a relatively clean rag just to wipe off the excessive water. If I was worried that any of that was going to drip, I could get one of the other guns and blow the air across it. Probably not going to need to, but I'll do it anyway. Just this. So any of that doesn't drip off onto the job. I'll take it out to the gun cleaning machine later on and give it a proper clean, but for now that's going to do just fine. Just pull that trigger a bit just to flush any last bits through and we're right to go. So when I checked this colour, it barely changed from one coat of pearl to two coats of pearl, so I've decided I'm just going to do like 1.5 coats of pearl type thing. Oh, what's that? There's a bit of something fell onto it. I just blew it off. It's all good. 2 bar pressure. I'm just going to go 1 coat and then straight away followed by a second coat. So nice and wet. I like to go nice and wet with the pearl. Again, I hope you can see that, but I found that the further I stay back from the gun, you can actually use it, you can usually see it better. That's when the best footage comes out. So, as I say, wet coat, followed by a half a coat, and that's about it, eh? And move on to the next square. So yeah, I mean something like this, I have to break it up into 4 sections. Just careful where you're overlapping it, you don't want to go too hard with it. Obviously it's going to stand out more on certain colours, like I found they're pretty forgiving, especially this kind of a 3-layer pearl. A little bit of double up, it's not really going to be that noticeable. I'm just getting my eye in, if you're wondering why putting that camera on a funny angle, just getting my eye in with the shine of the light. Keeping an eye on how wet it's going and making sure it's on nice and even. That's looking pretty good to me. Probably tell I'm churning through quite a lot of this pearl. I always find that, like, I use more pearl than what I do colour on these 3-layer colours, these 3-layer pearls. So that's probably used about 600 mils of the pearl, but probably only used about 400 mils. It probably only really is 300 to 400 mils of the colour, but obviously that was helped by having a already white primer. How's this going? You can tell here it's still a bit wet. You see it's still a bit shiny, so when it all looks like that, you can see I'm touching that, and I can tell if I touch that, I'll probably just leave a bit of a fingerprint. So I'll give that a couple of minutes, but I do want to get that base coat colour down before I go and start cleaning all these guns out. As I say, that means that it can all be drying while I'm out there mixing up the clear and cleaning the guns out. So what I might do again is just get that air blower onto this roof again, and I'll flick that cam back on when we get the colour down on that bumper. Rightio, so let's get the colour down on this bumper. So that's probably 70% dry, but what I've decided that I will do is hit bake for 10 minutes as I walk out. Yeah, so as I go and clean all these guns out, this will be baking just to ensure that all those coats of paint or base coat and all that are going to be dry before we go and clear. Rightio, so I'm going to give that a bit of a blow with that air blower for a couple of minutes, and as I say, I'm going to go out, clean these guns out, hit bake for 10 minutes, mix up some clear, and I'll see us back here soon. Rightio YouTube, let's clear these bad boys up. So yeah, I've gone and cleaned the guns out, the base coat guns, the wet on wet guns, all of that stuff. That probably took about 10 to 15 minutes. Mixed up some clear coat, threw it in the gun. Got a PPS 2, 850 mil. You can actually fit, like, just fit a litre in one of these if you really want to, but I got 900 mils of clear. I might not need it all, but I'd rather have it than not have it on a big roof like this. So my calculations got me up to 600 mils for this roof, and 300 usually for a bumper. So I've got fast hardener in the clear coat here too, just to help speed up the flash time. That way I'll be able to hit bake sooner. And also baking that base coat out is also going to help obviously get that panel temperature up. It's a bit of a chilly morning today. So there's a few chunks of dust and dirt in this job, but we'll give that first coat of clear a nice amount of time to flush off, and we should be able to bury it, mate. Bury most of that crap in the second coat of clear. That is what I do for bumpers. Like, first coat, I only really put it over the faces, so just the parts that are really going to get hit by stone chips and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give that probably about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm just going to chill here, turn that camera off, check on my shares on my phone. I bought some shares when the whole market crashed. I thought to myself, this is going to be like a once in a decade opportunity. So I've got my war chest out, mate, and I put my money where my mouth is. And yeah, the shares are going alright now. Like, they're up, which is good. So yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so yeah, that's been a couple of minutes. It really actually hasn't been the full 4 or 5, but as you can see, it's flashing off straight away. So a couple of things helping out there. Obviously the pre-bake, so all the panels being warm, and warming the clear up too. So I gave the 900 mils, and this probably sounds crazy to many of you people who haven't done it, but it sounds like a great idea for me. It was actually my idea too. Like, I had an old microwave at home, and I thought, well, I'm going to take that into work and use it to heat my clear up. So yeah, I literally put this clear 900 mils into the microwave for 25 seconds, and I checked it because I got this little thermometer, and I checked it with my little digital infrared thermometer, and the temperature was like 23 or 24 degrees Celsius. So at a guess, I think that's around 70 or 80 Fahrenheit, but don't quote me on that. I forgot the conversion. it's like double and then add 32 or something like that. To convert, or roughly that at least. Yeah, so to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, I think you double it, so 23, 46 plus the 32, 50, yeah, so probably like 75 around there, nearly 80 degrees Fahrenheit for this food code, if I'm correct on that conversion. So let's just smash this second coat on, man, get it on nice and wet, fill up some of those smaller bits of shit, or dust, whatever you want to call it. And this is usually the time I get to this point, I'm like, did I turn that camera on? So I'll just double check. Did I? Yep, it's on. We're rolling. I wasn't just like that crazy guy talking to himself. I did that once. I did like must have been like a 20-minute video. And I looked at it and it was turned off. I'm like, geez, that's a bit crazy. I've been talking to myself for the last 20 minutes. I can already see like all those little bits, they're just getting buried in all of that beautiful wet smash and clear, man. Woohoo! So I've got the 1.4 mil fluid tip on this. I threw the 1.4 mil on about 2 months ago. I just wanted to speed the gun up and it hasn't came off. It's been on ever since. So yeah, TE20 is the air cap, 1.4 as I just mentioned. So full fan, full fluid, and where are we? Just a touch under $2. So it's around 28, 27 PSI, something like that. For my American followers. Killer, mate, killer. That looks good, man. Hey, there's a couple of nibs in it, but it's not going to take that long to polish, man. I'll get that done in probably 20 minutes. Just pick the big ones out. And, yeah, all good, man. All good. Doing it in style with that Gunman gun. So, be sure to go and check out my website. I'll put a link in the description of actually Spray Guns Direct website where you can get yourself one of these spray suits. There's also some other Gunman merchandise if you would like to support the show. Bumpers looking all good. It's actually morning tea now, so I'm not going to dilly-dally around too much longer. I'm going to go have something to eat. Finish off my coffee. And I'll see you in the next one. Coming out. Boo! Plant some shit.
I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested. All that aside, I'd just like to say a big thanks for watching, and that is enough to support the channel. But as I say, if you'd like to go the next step, then be sure to check out some of that merchandise. Thanks for watching, and until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.